everybody. Welcome back to podcast number 3 here. Rob,
Ready?
how's it feel to be back for the third podcast?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, everybody, you guys should be hearing pretty good audio now. I fixed where it only comes out of one ear, and I also fixed the loudness from the last one, so we're sitting in a pretty good spot, as usual, hearing Rob sniff. So Rob, what have you been up to since the last podcast? Probably about a week ago.
Um, Not a whole lot. Went up north for Memorial Day. No, not Memorial. Labor Day. Labor Day weekend. Went up north. They had the final Shack Olympics up at Bonnie's and Uncle Tony's.
What was
Pretty
it?
the last Shack Olympics that's been going on for.
What's Shack? Olympics.
Oh, it's been going on for like 28 years. It's so basically it just you go up there and they have like a live band and they own a bunch of land up there and people, friends, family, probably 3/4 of Menasha goes there every year for Labor Day weekend. Do live band Friday and Saturday, and then they have like a 50-50 raffle, and they have like a bunch of different areas where different people camp. And then you can set up your campsite and decorate it, and they do a competition for coolest decorated campsites or whatever. Then Sunday they have a whole day of like different games. Like we have one, call it Helen Keller volleyball. It's,
Mm.
it's where you put up a big tarp as the volleyball net, so you can't see the other people on the other
Yeah.
side, and it's hard to hear them too because there's so much noise. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
And then you can't see where they spike the ball.
yeah. Well, you can't really spike it. It's pretty tall because they don't want you to be able to see over the top.
Oh,
But
okay, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, and then they have a game where they take a milk jug, cut the top off so it fits over the top of your head, and then like a hat, you put a golf ball on the top of it, and you got to try to balance it on there. Where you go through a little maze, and then you dump it in a
Oh.
bucket, and you got to come back, and your teammate has to go there and
Okay.
see who can get the most golf balls in a bucket.
Just kind of just a bunch of camp games.
Yeah, pretty much. And then at the end of it all, they give away. They have like actual gold medals that they like really gold, but like they look like actual gold Olympic medals, and they say Shaq Olympics on them. Then some of them they have the event, some of them they just say Shaq Olympics 2024.
Okay.
But yeah, then they have a bag toss tournament. They have a horseshoe
How'd you do on the
tournament.
bag toss tournament?
I actually didn't go up until Saturday. I missed the bag toss tournament, but
Unbelievable.
I had one with a couple of my buddies there, and I did pretty well. I was the only one to put all 4 bags in the hole 4 times,
Wow.
twice in one game.
Wow.
Had a couple amazing comebacks. So
Yeah, me and you always talked about we want to do a bag toss tournament.
yeah,
If anybody knows about any good bag toss tournaments in Wisconsin, comment below.
or
Me and Rob over here
let
would
us know
definitely
if
do it.
anybody's trying to arrange one near Menasha or
Yeah.
Clintonville.
For sure. Appleton, the Appleton area. We would definitely be down.
So
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I really haven't been up to much either. I've been working. Still working up in Wausau Walmart, and then doing just a lot of editing of the old videos. Haven't really. I moved some more rocks, but I put up that one clip of me and you saying, what the big issue is with moving rocks, and they're really heavy. Everybody thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, I haven't really done much in my basement. Just been really working and yeah, editing the videos. But
Well, right on.
so yeah, let's get into the first topic here. So me and you, we both saw Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Right around. I think I saw it the first day they came out with my dad. When did you see it? You saw it like a couple
I
days
seen it
later.
the same day. I went and seen it. You went and seen it at like 7 o'clock.
Oh
or
yeah.
something like that, and I went at like 9 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to go over kind of what we thought about it. Now it's it's been out long enough. Spoilers if anybody hasn't seen it. Definitely would recommend go seeing it. But I don't know, Rob. What would you give it? Just right out of the gate, out of 1 out of 10.
Probably like a 8.
Yeah, I'd probably give it between yeah 7 and 8. I think it was good seeing
Hugh Jackman.
yeah Hugh Jackman
Huge
and
jacked man.
yeah Hugh Jackman, and then it was good seeing Ryan Reynolds on the same screen as him, and them being in a Disney movie.
I think they should do another movie together. Maybe not like a
Yeah,
superhero movie, but some kind of comedy. I definitely could see them two hitting it off pretty well. I think they're a pretty funny group.
yeah. I'm just disappointed that the theater that we went to didn't have the popcorn bucket
Oh
because that
yeah,
was only available
you went to New
AMC.
London, didn't you?
No, I went to Appleton. It
Oh,
was only available AMC.
whoa. Which theater did you go to?
The Marcus one in
Oh,
Appleton.
really? Marcus didn't have
No,
the.
it's only AMC exclusive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if anybody got the popcorn bucket, comment below. Might buy it off you. Super jealous. Yeah.
I didn't even see what it looks like.
What?
Why? What does it look like?
I'll look it up real quick. Say what else you thought. About the movie.
I thought it was pretty decent. I liked it. I mean, some good fight scenes. I I liked seeing some of the original characters back on this big screen. That was pretty cool. I really thought that that was a cool twist with having that girl as Xavier's sister. Like, never seen that coming. I mean,
Oh, really?
I guess I kind of did because of the baldness and all, but I don't know. I mean, that was pretty cool.
How have you never seen this? It's literally his mouth.
It's the popcorn bucket, huh?
Yeah, and then it's his mouth, and right here is his tongue, and then you're supposed to. It's like the Dune bucket.
Really?
Yeah, and then in the commercial, in the commercial for it, they drizzle butter all over his face to simulate, you drizzling.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you why you didn't really know that that was gonna be Charles Xavier's.
Not right away. I mean, it took me a few,
Man. See, you must not have been paying attention to like kind of the videos about the movie because that was everybody. Everybody knew that that was kind of her sister or his sister, and like she had the same powers.
Yeah, I didn't
Um,
really watch too much about it until I went and seen it. I wasn't like the Spider-Man. What was it?
No Way Home
Yeah, that one right there. That was a little.
or Avengers.
Yeah, that movies I always.
Me and you got addicted to Avengers. Like we were watching every single possible theory and everything on it.
Yeah, we went into quite a rabbit hole. I almost ruined it for Brady. I looked up, no, you went to Canada to see it, didn't you? No,
No, that was Spider-Man, the second one.
Yeah, this guy went to Canada to go see a movie. Can you imagine?
Oh yeah,
He said, "What's that? The Spider-Man movie's coming.
me and my dad.
I gotta go to Canada."
Me and my dad. But no, I thought that the twist with um Steve Rogers with whatchamacallit Chris Evans.
Oh
How
yeah,
he was Johnny Storm.
yeah. I thought that was Captain America at
Yeah,
first.
really. I see in my theater too. Everybody was kind of shocked, but like I knew it was. I didn't see any spoilers with that, but I knew that it was not him right away. I'm like, dude, I definitely know that he's wrapped up. He is not gonna be Captain America. Like, there's no way. He's got to be Johnny Storm. And they said flame on. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, overall, definitely a solid movie. I think it's got a lot of the issues that the Spider-Man movie had, where it relies a lot on nostalgia, and I feel like when it comes out, the rewatchability is not going to be very high, because like you're just going to be remembering the theater experience, not necessarily the like kind of the actual story, because the story is kind of forgettable. I feel like the story is forgettable,
Well,
but
I liked
bring the mic a little bit closer.
when he finally put his mask on for the first time. That was pretty cool. Wolverine.
Yeah,
That was pretty tight. Like, I think the costume was awesome. I'm glad that they finally put him in that suit. I mean,
Yeah, the black and yellow
right, like
versus the spandex
took him what 20 some years
leather.
to finally do it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. They should have had that a long time ago, but whatever. And then when they were, what were they doing when they were holding on to that bomb thing or whatever that would tore him apart? What was that thing that they were hanging on to at the end?
Oh, like the Ripper or whatever, the Quantum
Yeah,
Ripper. Yeah, the thing when they were holding the wires, getting electrocuted and all that with
yeah.
the dark matter and the regular matter. Yeah, when he ripped off all his clothes.
Yeah,
Yeah, Hugh Jackman is pretty shredded.
pretty shredded. I'm
Pretty.
surprised he's not your favorite actor. Your favorite
Yeah.
action hero, cause of his muscles.
I don't know. That was the first. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger's definitely got bigger muscles than Hugh Jackman, though.
Yeah, he might have bigger muscles, but I don't know. Hugh Jackman is
Well,
just.
Hugh Jackman is also. I think he's like what 10 years younger than him, probably. At least.
Yeah, but you ever
Maybe
see?
20.
Have you ever seen Sylvester Stallone without a shirt on nowadays? You know when he made that comeback Rambo movie, um, the just Rambo, like 20 years later, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
He wore a shirt in that movie. You know why?
Hmm.
Because he did a movie before that where he had no shirt on, and people were complaining about his saggy, looking body because he,
Oh my god. Yeah.
So and people were like, oh, you know, they made the movie. They told him, hey man, like you're pretty saggy. But yeah, after he did that Rambo movie, I'm pretty sure because he came out with a movie called Bullet to the Head, and in that movie he was pretty shredded. Like he was definitely had, you could tell that he worked out more or did something. But he hired a personal trainer to get rid of all that saggage.
Yeah.
So, shout out to him for taking care of that saggage, man.
Yeah.
Not all of us have that, motivation.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, steroids will also apply to that.
I think them guys use steroids. I don't know.
Yes.
Sylvester Stallone?
Yes. 110%.
Why, have you looked it up?
No, but I guarantee you do not get that muscular, that big.
I could see people in, like, the WWE doing it, but, I mean, you're talking about Rocky here.
Yeah. Full pump full of
Look it up
steroids.
once.
Alright, I'll look that up while you talk about the next topic.
Oh, let's see. What do we got?
What if the DCEU, so the DC, like all the DC movies, was as good as Marvel?
was as good as Marvel?
Yeah.
I think that some of the movies there, but mainly, I would have to say mainly the Batman movies are probably pretty close to being just as good as Marvel, but...
Okay, wait, hang on. No, we're talking... Which Batman movies are you talking about? Are you talking about The Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Because that's not part of the... Like,
right,
they can't...
yeah.
Like, those movies, they're DC, but they're completely separate. Like, I'm talking about the DC... So the DCEU is a DC extended universe. So, like, we're talking... Aquaman, the Flash movie that just came out.
Which Batman? So what? Ben Affleck's Batman?
Yeah.
That's the one?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he never had a standalone Batman movie, did he?
Yeah, no, he didn't. But still,
I think they need to make one with him.
No way. He sucked as Batman.
I don't know. I didn't mind him as Batman. I thought he played pretty decent Batman.
But, like, okay, but let's just say, though, let's say that, like, not if they switch places, but if the DC, because obviously the DCU, they didn't have as many movies as Marvel did.
Right.
But let's say...
I just don't see it happening, though. Like, I mean, if they did, I think that they would probably have to lean heavily on, like, three main ones.
Yeah, who'd you pick as, like, the three? Because obviously Aquaman wasn't bad.
Aquaman would be one of them, and then Superman and Wonder Woman. Those would be the
Batman?
Well, if you can't include the Christian Bale one, then I mean.
No, I'm saying though, like if you're gonna make them just as good, so like in Marvel, you have Iron Man. He was the one that started it. Then the three main ones. You have Iron Man. The three main.
Who would be in the DC universe? Who would be the Iron Man of the DC universe?
I would say you probably want to have if you were to remake, I'm saying though, if it was just as good. Like theorizing, if it was just as good, you would want to remake it, and you would want to have probably you'd probably want to start off with Superman because they made Superman, right around that time, and they were kind of trying to lean into him because they had one movie with him, and then they were gonna make, I think, two, the second and the third one, but then they chose to go down all that. I think if you were gonna remake
so Superman would be DC's Iron
yeah,
Man.
I think what you would want to do is you want to start off with Superman, kind of have that start off, and then you would want to go into having like a Batman. I think you would want to like transfer everything you did with Batman Christian Bale and have that, but also throw in like a little bit of Batman and Superman, like have them kind of, and then it can lead into like, because the biggest problem, in my opinion, of it is it was all rushed. Like,
I think it was rushed, and a lot of the storylines didn't make sense.
yeah, because they were so rushed. Like Batman v Superman.
They never really linked together as a cohesive.
No, Batman versus Superman. Why was Batman so upset with Superman? I mean, we kind of understand it, but not really. We don't get any background. And then at the end, because they have the same mom's name, it's okay.
The same mom.
Yeah, because what was his Martha? Because Bruce Wayne's mom is Martha.
Yeah.
And Superman's name is Martha, and he got confused. Like that was the reason behind them becoming, good with each other. Like that just doesn't even make any sense.
Well, what was I just gonna say now? Is that a good thought?
But I think what they should have done is they should have just made Superman 1, then made like Batman 1, and then at the end of Batman had like a post-credit scene kind of where they introduce same thing as Batman v Superman, and then I think you could almost do the same storyline with Batman v Superman, keep it darker, but just slowly introduce them, and then that would make more sense, build the conflict between them.
Yeah, I didn't mind the Batman vs Superman movie, like for action-wise. I thought it had some good action in it.
Yeah.
But, the story just had too many open ends and loose ends.
And Lex Luthor sucked. Like, build up Lex Luthor.
Yeah, Lex Luthor. Who was the guy that played him? That was the guy that played in American Ultra.
It was also the guy from Now You See Me. It was the guy from...
Yeah, we see that movie American Ultra? I think that's what it's called. Let me look it up.
And then he also played the guy from the Facebook movie. What's the Facebook movie called?
Social Media?
Yeah. No, it's not social media. It's social... I don't know. But yeah, I feel like what you could do is in terms of the movie timeline, you could just release Superman, then release Batman, then release Batman v Superman. That would be your first kind of Avengers build-up.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
His movies were, what was that one, Social something? Oh, The Social Network.
Yeah, The Social Network.
That's a good movie, actually.
I've never seen it.
I didn't mind it. I thought that was a decent movie.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I think you can just build both those movies and then build that into that, and then you could do Lex Luthor, same thing, but build them like kind of have him, so you have Lex Luthor be in the post-credits, and then he's like kind of you could almost do what Marvel did, where he's like Loki. He's being, the pawn of, what was the guy's name in the Justice League movies? I can't even remember.
The main villain?
Yeah, of the Justice League Schneider cut, of what he actually wanted to do.
Who was the main villain in the Justice League? Darkseid?
Yeah, Darkseid, yeah. So if anybody's ever actually watched the 4-hour Schneider cut, that movie is way better. Like, Rob, remember when me and you watched it here?
Yeah, it took forever, man.
Yeah, 4 hours and
4 hours.
Movie. Yeah,
that was
really good. But yeah, you could do that, and then what you could do is kind of do the same thing, like with phases.
I would have made that a 2-part movie, though. I mean, that was...
Well, yeah, for sure.
I lost track after a while. I was just tired and sick of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had only like $80 million to release it, but I think... Yeah, you do Superman, then you do Batman, and then you do Batman versus Justice League, and then you have Lex Luthor. He's in the Superman post-credit scene, kind of being shown as like a pawn, kind of like in the Avengers movies. Loki was a pawn, and then in Batman versus Justice League, they defeat Lex Luthor, they come together, and he is like shown kind of Darkseid's moving him around, moving pieces around, and then as you go into the new ones, then you see like make an actual good Flash solo movie. And I think you need to have Grant Gustin come and play him from the Flash TV show.
Okay.
He's the best. Like, he's the best by far, the best Flash actor. There's those three, and then you could do a standalone Wonder Woman, like kind of like they did with the Wonder Woman. I think those movies were not bad. And then you have like Reverse Flash. He's another pawn of Darkseid. God. Reverse Flash is like another pawn of Darkseid, or you could have Mirror Master. And then you have Wonder Woman. I don't really know Wonder Woman villains, but they're all kind of pawns. And then Green Lantern. We had Ryan Reynolds come back as Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know what?
I don't think it was that bad.
I didn't think it was that
The
bad.
CGI was kind of bad, but
I went and seen that movie in theaters in 3D. That was pretty cool watching Ryan Reynolds flying on. And
I feel like me and you may have seen it together.
No, I went and seen that with my cousin Andrew and Johnny.
Because I think I saw it with my dad then. But yeah, I didn't think that was that bad either.
I know a lot of people didn't like it.
No.
You know,
opinion.
that's one thing too. Like, they never did another standalone Green Lantern movie, did they?
No, because it was poorly received. Everybody thought it sucked besides me and you. Like, don't get me wrong, it's definitely not a good movie, but it's not as bad, I don't think, as everybody thought it was.
I think that, well, because they brought the Green Lantern, the crew or whatever, you know, the Green Lanterns, yeah, they had them in the Justice League movie. Pretty sure.
Yeah, they had them. Yeah, that was in the Schneider cut.
Yeah, they showed up at the end.
Yeah.
Help fight Darkseid or whatever his name is.
Yeah, the help fight Darkseid. Yeah, again, they didn't really introduce him at all. I don't know. I don't think there's really any fixing it, like making it as good as it. But
yeah,
like, you could
really,
definitely. The biggest
you really
thing is
dropped the ball, DC.
Yeah, they just have to elongate it. But what about now? Let's add a different topic in here. What about the new? Have you seen much of the new DC universe, the DCU?
No.
So James Gunn, he's making it. The guy who made Guardians of the Galaxies, all the Guardians of the Galaxies. He's the main. He's like the Kevin Feige of over there, and he's making a Superman. He's making a Superman right now and doing it justice. And then he's making it really lighthearted, not dark at all. Making a lighthearted, good movie. And then he's making Supergirl. That one's gonna be a little bit darker. And then he's making Batman, and he's gonna make Batman with the family. So he's gonna have like actual. Finally, we're gonna see Robin on the scene. Finally. I'm excited for the Batman movie.
I liked the older Batman and Robin movies.
Oh my god. With Clooney?
Yeah, and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
God.
You'd probably like.
I did see those, and they're corny. They're like...
So what?
Oh my god.
It's time to freeze.
They're so corny.
Yeah, but they were good movies. I went and seen those when I was a kid in theaters, man.
I wish I could have seen those in theaters.
I've seen all of them in theaters.
Who's the next guy that played not after Clooney before?
It was
'cause he's the one that had the Val Kilmer.
Yeah, Val Kilmer.
Yeah, isn't he the one that had the bat nipples, or is that Clooney too?
I think that was Clooney. The bat nips.
Yeah, and then the butt. The zoom in the butt when they were doing it. God.
Give Batman nipples.
Yeah.
Check out my bat nips.
And then what about Jim Carrey as a Riddler? I thought that was kind of good, but he didn't give his best performance. I think he was limited by the scripts and stuff.
I'll put the tip of my bat nip right on your lip.
God.
And then I'll uppercut you in the chin.
All right, let's go on to the next
in
one.
The chin. The mega chin.
God. Yeah, the negative chin. What about this one, Rob? What if Spider-Man 4 came out with Tobey Maguire? What Spider-Man 4 came out with Tobey Maguire?
No, look what you rolled though.
Came out with Tony Maguire? Yeah.
What if it came out with Tony Maguire? What if it came out with Mark Maguire? Tobey Maguire? Yeah.
What the fourth one? I feel like that would have been so good.
I think it would have sucked.
No way. You really think it would have sucked?
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Spider-Man 3, everybody hates on Spider-Man 3. What do you think of that, first of all? Let's get your take.
I didn't mind it. I really didn't mind it. I think it was compared to the first two. I think that it was definitely went downhill a tad. But I don't know if you know anything about this, but apparently, they had I don't know if it was during or before or during the filming of the second one, but there was something where Tobey Maguire had he was complaining about his back pain, or he had some back problems or something.
Yeah.
And he started making all these requests, like he needed a physical therapist or something, he needed this and that, and it just got to be, he was requiring one thing after another. And I think that, he made a shitload of money during the filming of those movies. And I think that, he probably did hurt his back, during the making of the movies. I know that was a thing. But I'd have to reread the article, but it was insane, demands.
Not even that. They were going to replace him.
Right.
In the middle of it,
and
they replaced him with Jake Gyllenhaal.
That was because he kept making all these demands, and they finally came up to him and said, you know what, we're done with the demands. You're out, and then he was like, oh, no, that's fine. I can live with whatever, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, all right, cool. So we're good. So basically, Marvel, Sony or whatever, basically pushed back, and he folded like origami.
Yeah, I mean, I think that definitely the second one was by far within the top 5. Like, there's Batman, there's Endgame, Batman with Christian Bale, and then Spider-Man. Those are interchangeable.
Back to my original thing, why I think the fourth one would have been shitty with him, is because if he was already having issues like that in the second and third movie where he was making all these demands, what happens if they started making the fourth one? Is he gonna go back to? I don't think that his I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that it wasn't, but I think that he was getting. I think he was getting sick of making Spider-Man movies. To be frankly honest.
But the thing is, though, is like with the third one, the problem with the third one, I don't think was Tobey Maguire. It was.
Well, sure it wasn't all him.
I don't think any of it was really him. I think it was just a script, because during the third one, the second one was fantastic. So they made the first one, came out in 2002, I believe. And then they made the second one, 2004, and they gave Sam Raimi a lot of freedom. But then the third one, they really wanted him to jam Venom into it. Venom, and he really wanted to do a Sandman story. Like, that was the main villain. And then they jammed Venom. Venom was like, they had to have it, and that was in the middle of production of the movie. And Sandman, he wanted to make a really good Sandman movie and then have a plot twist where Harry became the Hobgoblin. But if Venom wouldn't have been in the third one, it would have been a fantastic movie. It was just overstuffed. So then the plan was with the fourth one, he was going to make it really, really good. He was going to make a comeback with it. I honestly think that he would have made it. He would have made it good. They would have had the Vulture. They would have Mysterio. They would have. I don't know.
Yeah,
the third one,
right.
The third one, though, it
did seem a little bit overstuffed with,
100% was like
a little too much going on.
The definition of overstuffed for a one hero movie is the scene when he's getting beaten down by Sandman and getting choked by Venom, and getting hammered by the Hobgoblin at the same time, getting beat by 3 villains,
right.
What? But I definitely think that if he would have had the opportunity to make it, the whole course of everything, the Sony, it would have changed. It would have been, oh man, it would be so much better.
You think it would have changed the course of the MC universe?
Yeah, I think they would have. I think because the MCU had no competition, because Spider-Man 3 came out
the first ones to make. Well, maybe not. DC did with Batman and Superman, I guess.
No.
way back in like the day, like
Well, yeah.
our grandparents' day.
Yeah, but I mean, so like Marvel, they released Iron Man in 2008, and then they had the Avengers in 2012. That was like the first team up. Batman: The Dark Knight came out in 2012. That was DC's big thing. Then they had Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man came out in 2012, and that's why they came out with Spider-Man 2, and they really wanted to force it down people with the Sinister Six. I think that if Spider-Man 4 would have made good, they would have actually made they would have forced the Marvel to slow down or to speed up rather, because they had quite a bit of time. They had like a 4 year where they had time, and then they really had time until now.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they probably could have had a Sinister Six movie by now.
Yeah, they would have had so much. Like they and just think too, Rob. You know, Disney used to not Disney, Marvel. Marvel used to own Spider-Man, and then they sold Spider-Man back in the late 90s because they ran out of money. So if Disney would have bought Marvel and they would have had Spider-Man from the beginning, I don't know. That would have been crazy. They wouldn't have had any Tobey Maguire. We would have had. It would have been.
Yeah.
Did you also know side subject? Did you also know Michael Jackson? He wanted to be Spider-Man, and he actually paid Michael Jackson. He was trying to pay Sony an ungodly amount in the late 90s to direct a movie where he was Spider-Man.
You hear that?
I'm telling you, look it up. It's a fact.
I'm looking it up right now.
All right, look that up. We
gotta figure out a way to get this stuff popped up on the screen too.
On the big screen. Come on, Jamie, throw it up. While he's looking that up, I'm gonna talk about kind of a little bit of the channel statistics here. So we just want to say shout out to everybody. Since the last podcast, we are sitting at 41 subscribers right now. We really appreciate everybody who subscribes. Make sure to like and subscribe to every video. You guys see a lot of the shorts. We're at 23 videos now. We've got 3 long form. This will be our 4th long form video. 3 podcasts. If you guys like what you see, make sure to comment and subscribe and like the videos, and then comment what you want to see too on our shorts and on our long form videos. We have quite a lot of ideas, but we'd love to hear what you guys want to see. And we're working on actually getting more people on the podcast too. We might have the next couple weeks here. We might have a podcast with 3 to 4 people. We're working on it. What does it say? What is that? Is that him saying he wants to play Spider-Man?
He wanted to be Spider-Man.
Yeah, see?
The rights to Spider-Man.
I told you.
I think he wanted to play the part of Peter Parker. He never said that, but I gathered that. When I told him I didn't think the company would sell it, he then wanted to buy Marvel. He said, well, then I'll buy Marvel.
I told you.
I don't know what happened. I mean, obviously he didn't buy Marvel. He wanted to very much. He came to my house once about 2 years later, and he wanted to talk to me about something, and he brought his little son with him. He was a very concerned parent.
But yeah.
Wow.
What did I tell you?
Michael Jackson wanted to play Spider-Man. That would have been horrible.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he didn't.
Yeah, the legacy of Spider-Man would have been tarnished forever.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Rob, you got anything to add? You got anything to add to kind of my shout out to all the people watching?
Yeah, hey, thanks a lot. You guys, you really making our channel come together here. We've how many views we got now?
I think right now we're sitting at
let's check it.
Here, I got you.
I got it.
All right, pull it up. I think we're sitting at like
16.8 thousand views.
Yeah.
And in the last 7 days, we had 7.6 thousand. So, yeah, that's it's a lot of people out there watching, waiting, listening. for more content.
Yeah, and we're gonna
We
really try and
appreciate it.
stick to. We didn't obviously have we missed a day. Today, what is it? Today is the 4th, September 4th. We missed today, but we're gonna get right back on it tomorrow. We just finished recording a bunch of game shorts, since you guys like that. Our most popular ones are by far Connect 4 and that shark video when you guys went to Florida.
Yeah.
But I think you guys will like the videos that we have coming out, and hopefully you guys will view our podcasts coming out as they come out. So, yeah. All right, let's go into the next category here, Rob. So, best TV shows. If you want to go first, otherwise I can go first. We'll just kind of exchange off, I guess. Give us, we'll kind of go through our top 5. Any kind of category, even if you don't want to do, this doesn't have to be in any order, I guess. I'll throw one of my top 5. We can kind of rate them as we go. I think definitely I have yet to finish The Office, but Office definitely top tier.
Yeah, The Office is pretty good.
What would you throw in there then? Because I actually have, my phone is recording right now, but I have, because me and you talked about this a few years back, and we have a list.
Valley.
Yes, I do remember you talking about that. I watched a few episodes of that with you.
That show is pretty funny. Like,
yeah.
What's the guy's name? Cast for Silicon Valley.
There are 29 people in the
T.J.
cast of
Miller.
Silicon Valley. Here are the first
Yeah.
3.
He plays Eric Bachman. Eric Bachman.
Let me see if I can pull up.
Eric Bachman.
I think I actually can.
Shout out to Eric Bachman.
Let me see if I can pull up the top 5. Let's see here. Yeah, I do. All right. This is. Let's go over. What do you think your top 5 was? This was as of probably 2020.
What do I think was the
Yeah.
top
What
5?
was on your top 5?
On my top 5? Probably The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead was number 5. What was your number 4?
Number 4.
This is back in 2020. This is 4 years ago.
I don't know. I would have to say.
Or you just want me to go through your top 5 for you?
Well, you have my top 5?
Yeah, I have your top 11, and I have my top 11 too.
What do you mean?
Because me and you, like 4 or 5 years ago, we sat down, we talked over the phone, we went through all of our top 10,
okay,
top 11.
Read it
Yeah,
down.
so you have your top 11. You had Ozark, Breaking Bad, Orange is the New Black, Dexter, The Walking Dead, The Purge, Prison Break, King of Queens, Ballers, Stranger Things,
Oh, yeah,
and then Good
Ballers.
Girls. And mine, I had Wonder Years, because me and my dad, we love that show. Like, that show, it's definitely not as top tier anymore, because I don't really watch it as much, but I watch that show probably 10 times through. Breaking Bad, it will always be in my top, 3. Breaking Bad is, and for anybody who's not watched it, you need to watch it.
Stop this video right now. Go to your
Yes.
TV.
The only
and
reason
turn on
why you
Breaking
can click
Bad.
off this podcast right now is
To
look up
watch Breaking Bad.
Yeah, to search up Breaking Bad.
Do it.
Dexter,
I said do it.
Dexter, the original show, at the time, that show was pretty good. It's kind of an oldie, but New Blood.
You know they're coming out with another one.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Dexter, New Blood.
No way.
Yeah, they're coming out with a whole two series actually.
Oh my god.
New Dexter series coming out.
But no, then I had Cobra Kai. If anybody hasn't
Yeah, right
watched.
here, Dexter Resurrection launching in the summer of 2025.
Oh my god.
You heard it here.
No, Cobra Kai. That was when I wrote this.
Read it and weep.
When I wrote this, I think there was 2 seasons. Maybe they just released the 3rd season of Cobra Kai. Now they're on the 5th season.
6th.
Is that the sixth season?
Pretty sure.
Oh my God, the sixth season, part
How many
2,
seasons of Cobra Kai are there?
and part 3 is releasing at the. No, part 2 is
Yeah.
releasing. I'm sorry, part 2 is releasing in November, and part 6 is releasing in January, I believe, or something like that. Seinfeld. I can't believe you didn't have Seinfeld on your list.
Yeah.
Or Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory, definitely in the top 10. Gotta be. Walking Dead up to season 8. I can't, still to this day, can't watch past season 8. I've not watched past season 8. Rick Leaves. Can't watch it. Drake and Josh. Drake and Josh is definitely top 10. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. As a kid, that was like my thing. Lucifer. Lucifer is pretty good.
I couldn't get into that one. I tried.
Oh man, gotta. And then
I
Stranger
watched like
Things.
4 episodes and I was like, ugh, I couldn't bring myself to watch it.
Stranger Things, when I put it on, I think me and you talked about it. It was on like season 2. Now they're on the 4th. Now they're making the 5th season right now. I think Stranger Things definitely deserves to be higher.
No, if you can't watch it without Rick, then you need to watch the new Rick and Michonne series. That one's decent. I watched
I know.
it.
I started.
And the new Daryl Dixon series.
I know it's on
watched that one.
Netflix. It's been tempting me to watch it, but I just haven't.
Watch it.
gotten to
Do it.
No.
Do it.
So yeah, that's it. I mean, what other shows did you add to your list?
Now?
Yeah. I mean, I think Ozark is definitely.
Yeah.
That's a
That
good
show is
man.
well, always be in my top
Yeah.
movie or shows.
I think Dexter, Breaking Bad, and Ozark, and Seinfeld's like Friends. I don't think Friends will ever be in my top.
Oh, I like Friends.
I don't think it'll ever be in my top 10.
Probably not my top 10.
I've never even really watched
15
Friends.
maybe.
Family Guy. I don't know. That's definitely Family Guy. Like those cartoon shows that start sneaking up on you.
So, did you see that one that I sent you of the Simpsons live action movie?
No.
I don't know. I looked it up and it said official trailer on it.
Yeah, it's probably one of those fake ones.
I don't know. Here, watch it.
No,
I'll show it to you.
we'll look at it after.
I'll show it to you.
Show
Maybe
it
I'll
to
share it on our
Yes,
channel.
yeah.
And then
What else is
you can
there?
tell us what you think, if it's real or fake.
TV shows. What else is there? Wise. I mean, you know what? Lexi's really into two broke girls.
I really want to start watching that Park and Recreation
Oh, Park and Rec.
because of Ron Swanson.
Ooh.
I eat red
Hank of the
meat.
Hill, or Hank of the Hill.
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. Hank of the Hill.
Hank of the Hill.
King of the Hill. Did you see that they're shooting they're doing a new season of it, like a new show of it, where Bobby is like 26.
No, I didn't see that. Really?
Yeah, it's keeping up with like the time difference. So Bobby, and it's something to do with Bobby. Either Bobby is transgender or he has did something to do with that and like how they have to react and deal with it. And I think it's gonna be pretty good.
It's gonna be Bobby as a transgender.
I know, I don't know if it's that or if it's something like that. Like
I'm gonna look it up.
there's somebody, and I think it's gonna be pretty good.
If anybody's gonna be transgender, it's probably gonna be Bill.
No,
Bill Daltrey.
no, but yeah, it's like going after like 20 years.
King of the Hill series. The King of the Hill reboot is expected to premiere on Hulu in early 2025. Is there?
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think definitely King of the Hill. That was a good show.
Plot for the new King of the Hill reboot.
I told my dad about that. He's pretty excited about it. A couple of
Dollars
my
away
friends
for
are.
being killed, a propane salesman. The reboot picks up years after the original series, with Bobby being older.
Yeah.
It's not clear how many characters of Luann and Lucky will be handled as Brittany Murphy, Dale Gribble. It doesn't really say.
Weird. But yeah, I don't know. I think that kind of covers though. I mean, definitely the common theme is though Breaking Bad, Ozark, Dexter, Seinfeld, and I mean I think you could kind of argue between Cobra Kai.
There was this. What was the series? What about Yellowstone?
I've never gotten into that. I heard that it's pretty good.
You need to watch it.
You could definitely argue that, but there's definitely a common theme though between us.
Or the new series that Sylvester Stallone started, and he wears a shirt the whole time. So don't worry, everybody. There's no saggage going on
God.
that we can see.
Yeah.
I bet there is though. He's getting back up there in age. I mean, you know.
Getting back up there.
Well, you know, he got old, then he was saggy, but then all of a sudden he came out and he was ripped again. But now he's looking a little older, so now maybe he's saggy again. I don't know. He's getting old up there again. Oh, anyway, no. What the hell is it called? Tulsa King. Very good show. He plays a mobster in that one.
Oh, I've heard of that show. Yeah.
Oh, it's a badass show, dude. You gotta watch it. Check it out. You'd probably like it, Brady.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Yellowstone series, and then a new one that I just started watching. Can't think of the name of it now. Fire Country.
Never even heard of it.
It's about a guy. I think I talked about it last time. It's about a guy that he's in prison, and they have a whole thing. It's all in California, and they have a whole program for people that are in prison. That if you behave and do your part, you can go join a fire camp. It's called, and you get trained by firefighters to go and help fight fires, and you get time, taken off your sentence. And if you find yourself in a situation where you can, commit a heroic act of, whatever, where if you save somebody's life in the line of duty, some cases they immediately revoke your sentence and you're done. You're free to go right then and there.
Dang, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, well, they do have they legit do have programs like that out in California. Like you can go and be trained as a firefighter, but then I don't know if they can get out and go actually do it. But
yeah,
yeah, about a guy that does that, but they end up he's at a fire camp that's in his hometown.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go into this last topic here. We're running this episode pretty long. You guys should be happy. It's a long episode for you. But the last one, I think it ties in perfectly with like our top 5. So Breaking Bad. Spoiler alert! If anybody doesn't know what Breaking Bad's about, it's about Walter White, chemistry teacher, gone bad. Starts making meth and starts selling it on the mass. Him and Jesse Pinkman. So I think it would be pretty funny. I don't know anything about I know chemistry a little bit, but I don't know anything about chemistry. But if like me and you're Jesse Pinkman, I'm Walter White. We got into the meth business. What do you think that like me and you, if we got into the meth business, you think it'd be worth it? The amount of cash that they were dealing with, and just the amount of money. And if we were to do it, if it would be worth it, how would you do it where you wouldn't be caught? You wouldn't get caught. So like in the show, towards the end of the show, when they have those million, like they're making like $100 million a year, 200 like I think in one of the scenes Walter White says they make enough to be in one of the Fortune 500 companies. Like you're making like $250 million a year. Like you think do you think that would be worth being a drug empire?
Morally, no. You know what I mean? Like if you're somebody that's a Christian and you believe in the Bible, and then no.
But I mean, do you think that like if you could stomach it, like obviously like
if you could stomach all the guilt,
like I don't think that you wouldn't. I don't think it's like in the show in Breaking Bad. I don't think they try to do as much justice as you can. He's not when they start the show, they build it up over time. Like he's not a drug dealer right off the bat. They kind of show you how he breaks bad. Like over the course of the show, like in the first season, it takes him forever to kill somebody. And then by the end of the show, he's ordering, all these prison people to just get killed.
All right.
Like, I think that if you were to do it over
Because
time,
I think that you start off with a good moral compass,
yeah.
but then as you
Oh yeah,
fall deeper and deeper,
it falls off. Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. Like,
you lose yourself and you forget
Yeah.
who you really are,
yeah,
and the power gets to your head, and you just think you just think you're an untouchable human being.
but for $250 million a year,
I don't think it's worth it. No.
yeah, I don't think it's really worth it either, to be honest. But think about it though, and if you were to do it, how would you do it to where you wouldn't get caught? Or do you think it's kind of the thing where you'll always get caught eventually?
Well, my thing would be, and this
You're
is
running that big of a drug empire, like,
get in and get out.
yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
can't get greedy.
Yep. You make enough to last you the rest of your life, and then you hand off the business
it's
to
kinda-
somebody else that wants to.
Well, it's kind of like what me and you had talked about in the previous.
I would make enough to
How much is enough? That's what I'm
enough
saying.
for me, enough to make sure that I don't ever have to work again, and my kids don't ever have to work again, and my kids' kids don't have to. Like my family, I want, what is it called?
Legacy.
No, not a legacy. What's it called? Generational wealth.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would say enough for me would be 25 million. If I made 25 million, I'm getting out of the business. Because with that 25 million, I can start several multi-million-dollar businesses and just build an empire off that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that I would I probably wouldn't live in the United States. I mean, I would live here, but I think I would try to have a lot of my businesses offshore somewhere, you know what I mean? Like, so that where laws are pretty not
Yeah.
as strict here, where you can pretty much operate however you want, and you can operate outside of the lines, you know? You don't have to necessarily color inside the lines, so that way, people don't. Because if you try to open up, you go from somebody that's barely got a pot to piss in, you know what I mean, to somebody that's got $25 million over, a course of a year. It's going to raise a lot of red flags to the IRS. I'm not trying to get no hot water with the government, you know what I mean? I'm sure there are ways to do it, but if you open up a business offshore where they don't
funnel it all in.
right, you funnel it all back in,
Yeah.
and then you start your $1 million companies in America. You shut your offshore ones down, because I want to make my business in America eventually. You know what I mean? But if it takes me starting off in other countries to not,
Yeah.
then that's what I'd have to do.
I think moral of the story is no, it's not worth it. But if you're gonna do it, you need to be not greedy and just get in, get out quick as you can. Yeah, I would agree. I don't think I would ever do it. Not morally, I couldn't do it. Couldn't muster it. But if same thing, like you said, to be not greedy. Walter White was way too greedy. Got stuck in way too long, and then you end up dying.
I think most of it I could probably muster, except for where they have to kill that kid.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I wouldn't be able to do a
It
kid.
is pretty bad.
I could probably. I don't know if I personally would be able to, pull a trigger on somebody, but if I didn't see it, and if I was like, yeah, hey, this guy needs to go disappear. I don't want to know what happens to him. I don't care. He just needs to be gone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't need to know any of the gritty details, other than that he's gone.
Think about
You know what I
though.
mean?
Walter White always said that, and then he had to get his hands dirty because they couldn't get the job done.
Right.
But
That's why you make sure you hire guys that'll get the job done.
yeah, and then what if they don't? Then you have to, I don't know. I just don't think I could ever do it, and I don't think it would ever be worth it. But like you said, if you were, get in, get out. But yeah,
Maybe
I think
425 and
yeah. God. I think with that being said, it's a good episode. I hope everybody enjoys the podcast. I think we're gonna kind of wrap it up here.
wrap it up.
If you like that you're seeing, stay till the end. Comment down below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and let us know what you think. Give us some more feedback.
Good night.
Peace.
And good fight. And all right. Yeah.